Okay. I think we're good. Uh, Welcome back to Myst. Sorry for the noise there. I kind of forgot how I started and stopped recording. Maybe it's the desktop overlay, but I had some trouble capturing it. Anyway, we're back in Myst. This is going to be Myst Part 3. We're actually going to go ahead and take a look at the rocket ship age. Before we get going to that one, though, I need to talk about some updates to the game. So I noticed in the patch notes a couple of things that I mentioned in, I think, Part 1 or 2, one of which was they fixed some popping ins of the things in terms of LOD. That's where we had that rock that kind of popped in. Apparently they fixed a bit of that. Secondarily, there is now a classic video mode. Classic video mode will make the videos in these books, not the 3D models, etc. I might want to do another playthrough, probably not recorded, but another playthrough with the classic videos enabled, as I would probably enjoy those a lot more. But I kind of want to see where they go with the whole 3D faces thing, because I was reading stuff about some new lines or some new recordings, etc. I didn't want to spoil myself because there's new content in a game I love. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, that's about it. That's about the updates. It looks like they're really working on updating the game. There's new sounds, there's new tutorial options, there's all sorts of stuff. We're about to hear one of the new sounds, actually, I think, in a moment. Let's go ahead and get started with the rocket ship. So for the rocket ship, I hated this one as a kid. I was incredibly bad at all forms of sort of musical stuff, and we're about to see a lot of music happening. Before that, we did a maths puddle, though. So when you look at this rocket ship, you're meant to sort of walk up to it, and I think tapping it... Do they add a button? I think they added a button. Them adding a button makes sense. Do we have sound? Oh, I'm not focused on the game, damn it. Okay. Let me get that fixed. There we go. That's probably much better. Apologies for that. Lucky I didn't really do anything. But yeah, this button doesn't work. And you might think the reason that it doesn't work is that switch. A lot of people thought that. But that's not what's going on here. You see how this is leading all the way this way? Sort of walking horizontally at the moment. It leads past that, and it leads all the way down to that room there. Now, I could show you what's down there, but instead of walking down there and then walking all the way back, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it. Like I said, spoilers, la-di-da, me just talking. What we actually need to do in this case is take our tower rotation. What do you think? There'd be something here. It's kind of empty. We'll take our tower rotation and point it at that cabin. Or do we have to point it at the rocket? Probably the rocket. There we go. I always get confused, right? Because you have to point it at the place you want to go or the place you're trying to get to in the end. Well, in this case, we're trying to get to the rocket, so we point it at the rocket, and it's going to tell us what to do for here, so we have to go get it. It's randomized, so I actually do have to go up there and get it. Now, this I had difficulty with. There, that's a bit better. For knowledge, I'm kind of sitting down, so that was a sort of weird, I don't know, weird sort of pulling maneuver in between my legs. It was funny. I heard in the update notes that they'd made that make a noise when it couldn't go because the door was shut. I didn't hear that. Maybe it just didn't make a noise at all. It was August 28th when I last recorded this. I'm kind of living by the seats of my plants here, so to speak, in that I had some recording issues with all the other videos I do, and I kind of fixed them. Audio might be a bit different in this one. It's probably better in some cases, though. All right, so here we go. Here's the clue, 38 volts. That sounds easier. The old one used to be 59 or 56. I can't remember. Something like that. That will make sense, I promise. So that's 38 volts. That's not popping in as much, but then again, it was the rocks that were popping in. Having navigational issues. I'm trying to figure out what that's about. So we'll go up the ladder. Take a look at that. That is definitely pre-rendered. I know I was questioning it this time, but looking at that ship, definitely. All right, let's head down the ladder again. Now, let me just check the settings, because they added some new settings, and I don't understand what they mean. So they've got what is called movement orientation. This sets what your movement direction in free roam navigation will be locked to. By default, it's locked to your camera's orientation. This option to lock it to your motion controller's orientation will use the orientation of the hand selected for free movement. That is why, yeah, Neos has that. So I think we'll leave that on camera locked. In Neos, it makes sense because you can kind of use both your hands to move, but in this case, I can only really use my left hand because the right hand is for interacting or something. Like you can see I can rotate with this hand, but I can only move with this hand. I really like Neos's movement. Then again, I'm quite biased. 39 volts? Did I damn forget it? It won't take long. I am so honestly sorry. For those expecting to see quality gameplay, this isn't it. If you're expecting to see me like laugh, giggle, and stuff like that, that might happen. 38 volts. You see, I'm glad I did that. 38. Who liked elevator noises? I like elevator noises. Nyong. 38. Okay, so we gotta pull this. And then 38 volts will make sense, I promise you, quite soon. I am not looking forward to the puzzle that's in that, fountain. So we go down here. This is actually quite scary, I remember. I like the rocks, though. Like, I could... Like a VR version of, like, Motherlode, or like, what's it called? That Digger one that's got the, like, Western approach to it. SteamWorld Dig, that's it. Here we are. So these are generators, and odd, these should have a label on them, which makes it make a lot more sense, but apparently they oh, there we go. Power to ship, and generator switches. So what we need to do is generate 38 volts using a combination of these switches. This is meant to be one of those sort of mathematical puzzles. As a kid, I just guessed it. I don't remember what any of them do. So now we've got 10 volts, so we know that that one does 10 volts. So go ahead, turn it off, and go down to the bottom one. That does 7, so that's 17. 16. I'm useless at mathematics. 8. You see, that would be useful because we've got 10 there, 8 there. We just need 20. That's 5. That's 9. That's 19. If we had a 1, that might be useful. 22. That's a 2. That's a really good one there. That's a 1. I think we've got it. I just need to go back through them again, because that's a 1. It's very useful. That's a 5. I didn't want that many volts. A 24. Already using the 5 there, you see. You've probably already worked it out. I know you're mad at me. Chill. I'm not good at maths. There we go. 38 volts. Like I said, I just figured it out. I figured it out, like, not mathematically, just sort of deduction and forgetting the numbers all the time. You could have already done that a lot quicker, but hey, we did it. 38 volts from the generators to the ship. I am incredibly sorry. I've just forgot something. You're probably yelling at me even more. That should make people a lot more happier. I apologize, sincerely apologize. I forgot that I'd muted my in-game sounds, so that must have been very quiet. Just going to go back in here so you can love the sound that you were hearing as we got up to 38 volts. Yeah, lucky that we didn't go to the age on sound. I just remembered it because I was wondering if the sound level inside here would be too high, because it is very loud in here. But we'll just keep going. That door's shut. That's nice. I'm going to keep an eye on things whilst I amble in this case down, but in this case up. There we go. Up, up here. And I'll keep an eye on it, things when we get to, like, all other loud stuff. There we go. I think it's fine. So what you should hear here is a buzzing noise, which we now actually hear, that goes across here. You're lucky in that if you overvolt the spaceship, you have to come up here and flip that switch. And as a kid, I was up there more than I guess I was at the spaceship or down there, but we did that in one, so that's good. I also never remember being able to stand up on top of here. This is, I guess, a new view. It also, you know, portrays something which is very puzzling to me, which is when you build a Myst age, you build a kind of planet, or in some cases like a dimension. It sort of depends on who you talk to. It's definitely not like an existing like planet. You couldn't take like a spaceship there. The Star Trek Enterprise is going to go find the Myst Island. It's like another dimension or something. And what was confusing to me about that is if this is an entire planet, there has to be other landmasses. There just has to be. Like we've got birds, we've got trees, we've got wind. Like this can't be the entire island. It could be a planet that flooded, maybe. Who knows? There is in other ages, such as the one we were just in, Channelwood, and I believe in the ship one. This one. There's other sort of indications that there's not the ship one, the mechanical one actually, which is over that way. There's other forms of life on the planet. Like in the Channelwood age, there is more than we see. And in the mechanical age, there's reference of sort of a band of pirates, if you read one of the books here. Sorry for that rambling, I know it's difficult. There's a lot larger of a topic there, which I guess I'll go on to now I'm here. I'm going to open the rocket ship first, though, because you guys are going to be mad if I don't. Whoa, what did you expect inside the rocket ship? Certainly wasn't a piano. When I was a kid, I'm like, what, a piano? Hooray. Anyway, what I was talking about there is some lingo and some stuff, and there's some awkwardness in the canon of the Myst series. When it comes to Myst 1 and 2, they are entirely canon as the original authors, the Miller and Rob Miller. I always forget their names, like how to pronounce them, but I know them most of them. But anyway, Rob and Rand, they owned like them completely, and then for Myst 3, 4, 5, and everything else, kind of they kind of lost creative vision on those, and so there were elements that were canon and were not canon. So in some cases, they did some weird things. One of the weird things, I don't remember the source of this, is that they said that the game Myst wasn't set on the actual island Myst. It was set on a recreation of the island Myst built by Cyan to illustrate the events of the Myst game. And that's the reason why stuff doesn't make sense in some cases. This is the reason why there's no bedrooms in Myst Island. That's the reason why Channelwood is so small. The reason why Mechanical Age is so small is because they were doing a recreation for sort of television. If you think about a television show, like Star Trek, actually, I was just talking about Star Trek, you know, they only had like 1 or 2 corridors in Star Trek, and they just like did different camera angles to make it look like miles of corridors. The same things happened here, right? They've got the absolute necessary parts of each experience and put them on the island. I don't remember where that is, and I unfortunately don't have a source, but you can go read it. There's a full Myst wiki. All right, bye spaceship. We do actually need something before we go to the spaceship, which is the piano combination. If Witteringer's not your style, feel free to tune out. This is just like me randomly meandering through the island. So we're back here at the books. I'm looking for not Channelwood, not Stone Ship. The Selenitic Age of Myst. Here we go. They basically talk about like resonance, exploring, experiments here. I really don't like the text here. It's almost sort of weirdly stereoscopic when my hands are near as well. What I'm doing here is turning through the page, and I'm looking for... Oh yeah, his ink went funny at one point. In one of the ages, his ink was being pranked on by the native inhabitants. They gave him ink which made his books turn different colors. I don't remember why the ink was fading in this particular book, but it was to give you just enough information. Did you really just drop the book? Do I? Oh no, it starts exactly where it was. There we go. Okay. I am not going to remember that. Can I get like a photo? Teleport. Free roam. Running. Walking. Knife. Okay, there's a photo out of the album. So what we need here is the position of the keys. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to remember this, and I honestly, if I could take just a point of note for VR games here. First of all, if you draw a diagram like this, can I hold it with the other hand, or I'm going to lose it? Actually, that goes... Oh, no. If that, like... Maybe I can pick up with the other hand. Let's go see. Like when I was playing this as a 2D game, right, I would just write it down. But, like, I'm in VR. I can't write it down. But I guess I could just hold the book while I do it. This will make sense in about, like, a minute, I promise. No, the rocket doesn't actually fire anywhere. There's implications again, like on the real island, that it would, but that would eat into the mountain. In fact, why would you put a rocket here regardless, right? Those tips are like touching the rock face. That's silly. Bro fist. Excuse me. Okay, so essentially the plan here is that we have to put the piano noises in here from there. I'm glad that they've given us some accessibility hints here, because I am basically tone deaf. I enjoy music, I just can't produce it. Okay, so one is third flat on the left here. Well, here. This actually could be incredibly easy. F sharp 2. At least I think the hash mark is sharp, so we'll do F sharp 2 here. F sharp 2. And then the one next to that. G sharp 2. Anyone that knows a keyboard layout could probably just do this reading that, but whatever. I'm going to tell you how I solved this originally back in the day. There were no hints, by the way. It wouldn't show you what piano key you were hitting or anything. I counted the keys and gave them a numeric index, and I assumed that the sharps were included sequentially. And then I counted the lever positions. So there are 32 lever positions as far as I'm aware. And then based on that, I could mathematically pair it up 1 to 1. That's how tone deaf I was. I did it mathematically. And I'm not good at maths, as we saw. 3 is then this one. E2, might as well get E2 and... Oh, actually, that was weird. That was not... D sharp 2 and C sharp 2. Okay. D sharp 2. Those aren't reversed, are they? No, D sharp 2 should be somewhere here. D sharp 2. Oops. And C sharp 2. And then the last one, you guys are probably screaming about it. I don't care. C sharp 1. That sounded like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Hold on. You know, the noise they make. Anyway, we don't need this book anymore. In the original game, there was also a weird sort of continuity break here as well, in that this was a TV, and when you solved it, like a TV screen appeared with like the linking panel inside the TV, and that didn't make sense because it's like, how'd you link through a TV? And so in the remake here, they've just put the book inside here. I must say again that someone with a well-deserved like tool belt could just defeat all of these. Like a blowtorch would get through here. Speaking of the blowtorch, I just watched a TV show called Into the Night Season 2, and they talk about blowtorches a lot. If you're interested in seeing me just rant in this style about TV shows, do let me know. I'll probably have to do that in more sort of a film critic-y style, where I transpose sort of, you know, random clips from there and make fair use notes in the comments and stuff, but whatever. Anyway, we're going to go here. This is Selenitic. Selenitic is the easiest age if you know what you're doing. Let's watch this video. It's an age of sound, hence why I'm so glad that I fixed up the sound. They were exploring, I think, like resonance and stuff like that. Honestly, it's the age that doesn't really make sense the most because there's no inhabitants there. And in at least the versions I played, which weren't the original versions, I did play the original version once, but I never went to this age because I didn't really like it. The versions I played, this age was orange, but they made it blue, which is authentic to the original game. There's a loading page over there, but in VR is it doesn't respect the fact that you can be somewhere else in your play space. So now we're here. I think this piano still works. It does, but there's no input panel on there, so you're like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, this is a lot different than the version I played, where it was incredibly orange. I'm going to go ahead and turn the sound up a little bit here. That will require me to go ahead and refocus. This is a sound-themed age, so I want to make sure that the sounds are there. Ooh, a shooting star. Wish to make a wish. I wish for recreation of Myst. Not Myst, Riven. This is playing Myst. Make Riven. Make it in VR. I'll love you forever. Interesting. I like this. Is of course not going to make any sense to you. What's this nubble? I'm going to gather that's a speaker actually, just looking at it now. Weird speaker. Could just do a grill there. If this tells me the order, then lol. Anyway, the age here does silly stuff in that well, not silly stuff. I guess it's kind of good actually. In that it shows you the exit before you're even there. Right? You're like, this is the first thing you see is the exit. So this door is like our objective is get through the door. Can't get through the door. How do we get through the door? We have to explore a little bit. And in exploring, we got to do something similar to what we do in the original age, where we turn on all the marker switches. So here we have broken clock sounds. We got to make sure all these are lit up. They've all got to be lit up. This will make sense later, so we just got to explore, turn on all of those. It's a really nice age, and you got to remember, like, exploring this as you know, one of the first games of this like series. You know, games were really new at this time. It was kind of sort of amazing, all these sounds and explorations. These crystals are fantastic compared to, you know, the crystals in the other games, especially now depth. I said depth a lot. Here's a red page. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Ethereal crystal sound. Okay, cool. I actually really like these handrails as well. Like slightly weathered wood, but it still looks, you know, posh. Is posh the right term for wood? I don't know. I'm making it an atom now. Along with the stone here. Although, what's going on there? You could have linked that better. Link. I did an accidental pun. This is really pretty. I never really got like how 3D engines worked and how textures worked till I started playing NES. Playing a game like this with that experience is just kind of strange. Like, you know, I can understand how this was created. There's something wrong going on here with their maps, for example. Like, this is rough, but it's shiny. But you can see that this wouldn't be that shiny. I believe it's made in Unreal, so it's using the Unreal shader graph. Interesting that that's destroyed. I wonder why that's destroyed. Anyway, wind. I will go down there, but I need to do something before I go down there, which is go all the way there. That will make sense later. Like I said, foresight is amazing. It prevents lots of sort of wandering around. I bet you I could probably go up here. I can free roam. It's so good. I would love to see this age like explored out. Like there's making of, there's also notes and stuff. I need to go dig up those again, read those again, figure out what their original envision for this age was, because it's very clear that this one was not like stripped back or toned down. Like they made the decisions they needed to make, but it's clear that like they had a good idea originally for this age. I don't know what, but something more expensive would have been fantastic. Like, I love this. Yep, I'm changing my opinion. This age is fantastic. Can I? No, of course I can't. I'm also a bit confused about the wear on the age. Like, who wore it, or is it just that, like, it's old? I guess. You're meant to be picking up here, by the way, that these are microphones and that they're transmitting this using a dish back to the central dish here. But that was really unclear when it was flat, but it's super clear now. It was also unclear that this was like a geothermal or like it's a fissure, like just a total fissure. I'll turn that one on. It's one more. It's over that way. I like this age. I wonder what they're going to do with the next part. Ooh, spoilers. They've got safety strips on the stairs? Hell yeah, safety first. I don't know what you call those. You can let me know. It's a bit weird. Like, why would you not just include the railing? I guess the railing is just segments. But that doesn't make sense, because, like, that can't be one long segment. That doesn't make sense. Ah, there's a join there. Perfect. And a join there. Yeah, so they're just segments. Just make a shorter segment, shove it in there. No need for the handrail to stop. Oh, the greenery over this part of it? That's cool. This is cool. Kind of excited to see mechanical now. I like mechanical more because there's like more story to mechanical, but like I don't like mechanical as puzzles. Blue page, gimme. This age in particular is one which really benefits from the you can carry more than one page system. You'll see why in just a moment. Really like that fountain. That fountain reminds me of a story. In fact, I'm almost reenacting that story there. When I was young, I went to Singapore for a vacation. I believe some family friends lived out there, and they invited us to stay. And whilst walking through, I want to say Singapore Gardens, but I don't know the name of it. I really don't remember much. I was quite young. There was a fountain, and the fountain was like, not a fountain, a fountain, like a waterfall. I don't know, like it was a pond leading down to a fountain, and this went down like a natural sort of, well, man-made, but natural because of water steps down into a larger lake. And I saw those steps there, and I'm like, those steps have to go somewhere, so I'm going to walk down those steps. And so me being the young person I was, I just sort of waded first sort of, shoe height, and then ankle height, and then shin height, knee height, down the stairs into this lake, essentially, down this sort of stepped fountain thing that I was badly describing. And I was obsessed. The fact that there was gonna be some magical place down there. Maybe Myst Island was gonna be down there. I don't know if I'd played that game at that point. I'm gonna guess not, based on my age. But before my parents had noticed, I was sort of almost swimming in that lake, and so they picked me up, and I then spent the rest of the day sort of with damp damp clothing. Ooh, spooky bats. Bye bye, bats. I think it was the same day we went to a planetarium in Singapore, and in that planetarium, it was like seats that were looking back and leaning back, and so I fell asleep with squidgy, I guess you could call it, underwear, etc., from the lake, sat on a plastic carrier bag in a planetarium, listening to stuff about the stars. Just fantastic. All right, so here you have to tune this station to the sounds. That's wind blowing tuned. Water flowing tuned. Be good if I can make these go faster. That's the crystal, isn't it? Yep, that's the crystal. That's the clock. Lava rumbling. So, yo, clock's going to be this way. And crystals this way. And then we're meant to push some, and it will tell us the order. Clock. Wind. Lava. Crystal. Water. So, clock. Wind. Lava. Crystal. Water. Clock. Wind. Lava. Water. Crystal. Wind. Lava. Water. No, crystal. Crystal water. Clock, wind, lava, 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 crystal water. This is the song. Clock, wind, lava, crystal water. Clock, wind, lava, crystal water. Clock, wind, lava, crystal. Oh my god, come on. Crystal, water. There we go. Sorry for the silence during that. I had to kind of remember that. Again, I would have written it down. This is kind of really good. Because again, this was just sort of flat, grainy. You didn't spend time looking at it. But I could look at these rocks, the water, like the particles in the water. All sorts of stuff. Even the drips here with the light. They keep going down here. So this thing that we're coming up on is the reason why holding 2 pages is fantastic. This thing is terrible for those who don't know the clue. We're going to walk all the way around this. This is the rocket ship we were promised. But it's not a rocket ship. It is very cool little tunnel thing. Ah. This is your captain speaking. The however late at night it is, train is leaving the station. Okay, so the thing that you need to do here is remember cause and effect. So lots of people I've seen when I watch this as a streamer, watch them streaming it as a viewer, they haven't really remembered anything. And this is another case where being distracted while playing games is just at your detriment. Now, I know people are just trying to chill out. I understand that. I respect that. But, like, the game gives you everything you need to know when you just understand what stuff does. Like, I've seen people push this bottom sort of cake button as it looks several times and not understand the relationship. We are heading north, and this makes a clink noise, so keep that in mind. We get to our first junction, and it clinks again, and so what that's saying is, go north again. We can spin this around, and we can see there's no way to go that way. That has a way to go. As does... that's a dead end. That's the way we came. No clink there. So when it says clink, we go north. We go north. Now we can't go north. So it's saying spin sound. That's back the way we came. So there's only one option here, which means east. Oh, it could be west. I'm just going to deduce here that east is this spin noise. So north is clink, and east is the spin noise. Cowbell. Okay. Now, cowbell cannot be south because we've been south. Like, south would be back the way we come. It can't be east because we just deduced that east was spin. So I'm going to call it south. I'm going to call it west. Fortunately, I'm also going to have to write these down, which I kind of hate, but I'm going to try and not destroy anything on my desk and grab a notebook. kind of renowned for just destroying stuff on my desk when trying to grab pens and stuff, so I'm trying not to do that. My pencil. No, that's an X-Acto, no. You can't write with those. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't be pretty. Okay, writing with controllers on is very difficult. It's a spinny pen, so... Give me a second here. No, don't turn. Okay, so we said clink was north. We said spin was east. I'm going to call cowbell west. Sorry, this gets complicated. Okay, so it can't be west, because west don't have anything going there for it. Okay, maybe cowbell is east. So we say cowbell and spin could be east right now. This is the reason why having multiple pages in your inventory is great. I only have to do this once, ever, in the game. Never again. Cowbell. So we said cowbell was east, and we can explore that possibility. Cowbell is not east. It's not west either. Cowbell has to be south. What we've done here is we've got to a dead end. As far as I'm aware, it's a dead end. If I spin all the way around, you'll see it's a dead end. So southwest, west. Northwest is open, but I know it's not northwest. North is open, but north is clank. Yeah, so cowbell has to be south. Apologies for that. That meant we took a wrong turn, and it was telling us to go back using the cowbell. So cowbell is south, which means spin has to be, by deduction, west. Which we'll see if we can prove. Now, I know people that have just done this by branch navigation, where they just, they exhaust all possibilities till they get there. But once you start knowing even one direction, you'll start having a lot more nicer time. I really liked the above part of the puzzle. I hate this thing. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because that means we're going south. But we are facing west now. Which means south isn't where we came from. You gotta keep an eye on that as well. I'm trouble... No, don't spin. Go for it. This honestly is... it's... For repetition alone, it's one of the most annoying puzzles. It's kind of fun still, though. You're in a big train. Imagine, again, the day and age that you're in. Spin, which we said might be west, so we'll go west again. Spin. Spin. Clink is north, which is we keep going. I'm looking for an opportunity to talk, but I don't want to talk over the train because I'm not sure how loud it is. That said exhaust sound, which must be east. So what I was trying to say here is, I guess I've kind of forgotten. Oh, that was it. This particular puzzle must have been just like a giant, like, PowerPoint. As far as I understand, the original software that Myst was made in was kind of like PowerPoint, really. Like, you had pre-rendered images and clicking hotspots, right? Everything was pre-rendered and then loaded into this sort of card system. And so this would have just been like, load the card for tunnel is open, load the card for tunnel is closed when we span it around. So exhaust has to be east. Wait. What? I'm saying exhaust is east and we're facing east. Off we go. If this takes me a while, boohoo. I don't honestly I don't really care. Clink exhaust. That means northeast. And this is where you know when you're getting in there, right? Clink exhaust northeast. For those streamers who I watched that were paying attention, they saw two sounds and they got very confused. Clink exhaust northeast. Off we go again. Oh my god, did we make it? I think we made it. That wasn't too painful. I've seen that take hours. Yep, we're good. So this isn't where we started because there's no elevator up. You gotta remember we were lowered down. It's another thing that people got confused. I've seen one person and they had no backseat gaming on, so I couldn't help them. They got all the way to the end and they thought that it was the start because they hadn't remembered that a crane lowered them down. Other people told them, and they didn't seem bothered by it. But no backseat gaming. Ooh, this room was worth it. Not sure how stable this room would be with a book above a volcano, but sure. Wop. Alright, so we'll do the Two Brothers books, and then we'll be leaving off for Selenitic. We're actually done with that. We've got 2 pages. Had a lot of noises, clinks, exhaust bells, stuff. Got lost in a little bit. Deduction, some evidence to get back on the right off we go. I really like that, less content than many other conferences are I don't mind because I want to play games. But playing games seems, I don't know, unproductive these days. So I play games using recording as a medium to make me play the game, I guess. There's the red page shooting out of my crotch, which is a bit weird, but whatever. And the blue page. Alright, we're going to look at the clock, and if the clock on my computer is even, we'll go for blue, and if it's odd, we'll go for red. Yeah. It is odd, which means we go for red. I might have forgotten that, I apologize. Or do you know that?
Are the red pages I need? Must search. Bring me. 2 more of the red pages. And I am released. I promise. I warn you, don't touch the blue pages. It's where my brother, wicked brother, he is a man of distorted mind and senses. He disgusts me. Do not release me now. Thirst for destruction is none. Never ending. Bring the red page. I beg you, please, release me from this prison. I promise you will be greatly rewarded. You must help me. I beg you to help me.
Yada yada yada. Don't you the blue pages? Oh god! Don't play that again.
Have returned.
Yada yada yada. Don't bring the blue pages. Bring the red pages. Want to bet what this person says?
You're back. Blue pages you brought for me. More. I must have some more. I ask of you. No. Since my brother, Cirrus, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book. Stupid scheme. Pretty speech has been. Read which is endless. Be perfectly obvious to you. Evil and his destroyed all but 4. Now bring the red pages to him. You must let him trick you. Tricked our father. Hideously murdered our father. He'll trick you. He'll murder you. Don't touch the red pages. You to bring the blue pages. Listen to me. Listen. You must obey me. Blue pages are my only hope. You must help me. You must help me.
Yada yada. Bring me the blue pages, not the red pages. Interestingly enough, though, he mentioned something which is strange. He said that Cirrus had murdered his father. We've heard of his father. That's Atreus. So Atreus in the fourth chamber there. We haven't seen Atreus before. So yeah, there we go. That'll be us leaving off for the Selenitic age. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was the, I guess, most loudest age. I'm going to look up at that sun for a moment because it's beautiful. This age is amazing. I'm going to check the time. I might stop recording and start recording again. We'll be going on to mechanical, which is a really nice age for exploration, but the puzzle is just so annoying, so we'll just have to get that over with. Not as annoying as what we just went through over there. Final age, really kind of easy, but I don't like the constellations here. They take a long time. All right, I will see you next time though. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what other content you like. Like I mentioned, the Till the Dawn, All Night, Into the Night. Yeah, Into the Night. That's season 2. It'd take me so long to produce that. I'd have to edit it, but I just want to rant to someone about that show. Anyway, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.